Most nature documentaries will tell you that all of creation was an accident.
I was an accident?
Yes, but a happy accident. But The Riot and the Dance is a nature documentary series that shows us that creation was intentionally and beautifully designed by a loving creator. Want to see more of the series? Click the link to watch the pilot now. The Riot and the Dance is the first high production value nature series that acknowledges God's hand in shaping our world.
The way you get to know God is to study everything that He wrote and made.
Did he just mention God? Scandalous. This isn't some TikTok millennials Kickstarter. The Riot and the Dance is working with Angel Studios, the only studio outside of Hollywood to distribute global hits like The Chosen, which has generated $70 million in revenue so far and accumulated over 240 million views. Hollywood really missed out. I guess they're too busy making reboots and sequels nobody asked for. With 76% of the US population believing in God, imagine how successful The Riot and the Dance could be. Other nature documentaries ignore or deny God's hand in creation, saying it all comes from randomness, like when I shake these gears and parts together to make a watch. Come on, Rolex! When you're investing through angel funding, you're becoming a part owner in the show. And you'll be eligible to receive profits. You'll be like the Jeff Bezos of nature. But you'll actually care about the Amazon. The Riot and the Dance celebrates the joy and possibility of mankind and nature living in harmony, inspiring us to be better stewards of what we've been given.
Dad, why do I feel so warm inside?
It's called happiness, honey. Happiness. Listen to what these human beings said about The Riot and the Dance.
One of the best documentaries I've ever seen, hands down. The narrator invites us to marvel at God's creation in all its splendor, gravity, and humor.
I just watched this with my family and found it so refreshing. I hope he continues to produce more documentaries like this one in the future.
Funny you mention that. We can create so much more with your help. Yes, we can. Yes, we. The Riot and the Dance encourages and teaches us to connect with nature. You'll learn more about God's personality through His creations, like the noble bison, the majestic lion, and the amphimia. Am I saying that right? Amphima? So if you want to be a part owner in a nature series that celebrates God's creation, click the link to invest in The Riot and the Dance today. As with any investment, we recommend only investing as much as you're willing to lose. We're aiming to raise $5 million for The Riot and the Dance. This will fund bringing Season 1 to life, growing the Riot and the Dance audience, and sending our team around the globe to continue capturing the beauty of our loving creator. The Riot and the Dance team knows how to make a successful TV series. The creator of the series, N.D. Wilson, also created Hello Ninja.
That's me.
That scared the crap out of me. The creator of the series, N.D. Wilson, also created Hello Ninja, one of Netflix's biggest hits for kids. And he's adventured on camera for Nat Geo TV. Plus, he's fluent in monkey. Ooh. Astounding. Sitting down to a nature documentary used to mean feeling guilty about your existence, but not anymore. Invest in The Riot and the Dance today and bring God and humans back into nature. You want to see more of the series? Click the link and watch the pilot now.
All right, we are live.
Hello.
Welcome to the Riot and the Dance live stream. It's 5:04 PST, and we're ready to get rolling.
Yeah.
So just to jump in, riotandthedance.com and angel.com/riot is where you're going to find the investment. We have, what are we at right now? We are at 963,000.
Yeah. Do we have that graphic to pull
Yeah, we can
up
pull
on
that
the,
up.
on the screen? You have the live graphic. Oh, there we go. Sweet.
Okay, angel.com/riot. You have Dane here, cinematographer, editor extraordinaire. He's our workhorse. Of course, everyone's favorite, Dr. G.
Dr. G, my father.
And I am James Engelbretson, director of water. And we are
Had each other
the crew. We're the Riot crew. Besides Nate. Nate couldn't make it tonight, but he'll be on tomorrow with another live stream, I believe, with Kirk Cameron. Is that tomorrow?
No, that's on Monday.
Okay, that's on Monday. Well, tomorrow's live stream will be awesome.
We'll have an
as
update
well.
tomorrow live stream wise.
So we are almost to our $1 million minimum. And
way to go, team.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for that. This is a huge, huge leap that we've made towards making this TV series. And we are so thankful to every one of you from all over the country who you've put in your hard-earned money to help us make this, help us bring it to life. We're so thankful.
And for those
for
of
you all.
who haven't, angel.com/riot.
Angel.com/riot. You can watch the pilot. If you haven't seen it, watch it there. Tell us what you think. Give us feedback. Ask us questions. We are just here for you guys tonight. So what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of tease the show a little bit. We are going to have Daniel Harmon of Tuttle Twins fame on this live stream. We're going to talk to him about this funding model. We're going to talk to him about what we're doing and kind of how we've kind of become siblings in terms of our projects here. So really excited to talk to him. And thank you, Christopher.
Yes, thank you from Colorado. For the $1,000. Thank you very much.
Okay, we're just inching closer to $1 million, to our minimum goal that will actually fund this thing, actually get it made and brought to life. So angel.com/riot. I'm going to say that all night.
Yeah,
all night.
And I'm blown away that we're this close to that
we are.
minimum mark.
It's so close.
Yeah.
So what do we got for the...
So we're going to do a little bit of, we're going to talk with Daniel. We are going to have an Ask Dr. G section.
Live.
A live Ask Dr. G. We have some other video content, but really we're going to just have a good time and get some questions answered. So drop your questions in the live stream chat wherever you are.
Might be able to hit you.
Yeah, we'll be able to do that. So Dan, you want to take that away?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is we'll show you a quick Ask Dr. G sample, one of our favorites, and then we'll do a nice short Q&A. So here you go.
If you could turn into any insect for a day,
Oh, wow.
what would it be? I know my answer. What's your answer?
I would want to turn into a hoverfly just because they're such great aerobats.
Those little faux, like they
They look
jackets.
like yellow jackets. They got a lot of them are yellow, black, and so they have sort of a yellow jacket mimic, but they are really good at hovering. And yellow jackets have much more of a wobble to their hover. These guys just zoom, 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 zoom. So the control is amazing. But as far as if I wanted to be an insect that just looked really neat, I'd like to be a snake fly.
That's just because you like snakes. Even when you're talking about insects, you just bring over that.
It has
that
this really
snake
long
fly.
thorax with the head on the end, and it just is a interesting looking creature. And it eats aphids, so I figure it's probably like eating Twinkies.
Sugar. little sugary treats. See, I would be all dragonfly. Big, fat, fast dragonfly.
Yeah, and that's the same appeal as the hoverfly.
It'd be fun to be bombing the Amazon as a dragonfly.
Yeah.
Or any river, really.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I would.
Haha, I won you over.
Yeah.
We're both dragonflies.
Yeah. Love that. All right.
One of our favorites. So we'll just do a quick Q&A with Dr. G. So we've got some viewers here.
Yeah.
So our single-use, so it's Libby Loves Slats. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Are single-use plastics as horrible as they seem? I always feel guilty if I use them.
Well, first of all, I don't like to guilt trip people or the consumer for using a single-use plastic. That's sort of a producer thing. I talk about it a little bit in my book, A Different Shade of Green, so I refer you to that. This is a biblical approach to environmentalism and the Dominion Mandate. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of green stuff going around that makes you feel guilty about doing all sorts of things. I think the problem mostly with plastics is not so much that it's single use or multiple use, but how what the waste management is. And if we can get control of our waste so that it is properly disposed of, so that it doesn't wind up in the ecosystem as flotsam and jetsam or into the ocean, that's a big problem. But if the producers come up with ways to deal with plastics or biodegrade, that's a mixed bag right now, but that's where we want to go. And I talk a little bit about that in my book.
Yeah, you can find that at canonpress.com.
I don't feel guilty when I use a plastic bottle.
And neither should you.
We should we should
don't
dispose of it correctly.
Don't throw it out of your car.
So I'm going to take this really quick shout out to Rebecca from Alabama for investing $400. Thank you so much, Rebecca.
Yes.
Denise from Texas, $250. Christina from Ohio, $250.
Thank you
Again,
so much.
thank you guys so much. We are just
blown away by the generosity.
Yeah, and minute by minute getting closer to actually making this thing happen. I hope we can make it happen.
Yeah, and I hope these investments are truly investments in the sense that
that we can take them and use them.
Take them, use them, and then and get things back.
Yeah. We've got another one here. I think so. Caitlin, one of our fans here, I noticed the book Dr. G wrote for his course, and wonder if it was well received by any other professors in the education community. Probably referring to
certainly not by the evolutionary secular community, because this is heresy.
No accolades from.
Because I think
Edinburgh.
God has something to do with it, but it's not heavy-handed on the creation is very assumed. But I've had a number of professors at some Christian universities use it. Some people have used it at Truett McConnell University in Georgia. Liberty University has used it a little bit for their non-majors. A lot of homeschoolers use it.
Yep, it's kind of a high school.
It's high school for
college.
a year.
Yeah.
And then a semester for college. So a lot of the content is pretty much the same for college and high school. So depending, it's more pace, whether it's college or high school.
Yeah,
so,
and having gone through
really
it myself, in your class, I will say it's a textbook, but it is not like a textbook in that it's a little bit like the show we're doing.
Yeah, it's more
poetically
more
fun.
written.
It's a little bit more well written. And it just has a lot. More love for the.
It's well written.
Well, thank you, Dane.
Yeah.
The reason why I wrote it is because I hate textbooks.
Yeah.
Okay. I hate that
so
kind of
what I want to do is see if we can get 5K in the next 20 minutes, and see if we can do that to just inch closer to that that $1 million mark
in 20 minutes.
And see if we can make this happen.
Thanks,
20 minutes.
Thank you,
starting
Caitlin,
the clock
for the compliment there.
Yeah. Okay, starting the clock, guys. Let's see if we can get 20. What was it? 5K in 20 minutes.
5:13.
Dane, bring in the questions. Here we go. We got another question.
Let's see. Yeah, so as a student currently taking a biology course taught from a largely secular perspective, I really want to know what advice you would give to me or students in my position. How do I pass this course honorably while not compromising?
Well, good question. Really good question. I went through a secular school, and so I tell creationists that are going through, keep your head down, learn what they want you to learn, but don't lose your faith. So make sure that you're hooked in well with your pitons. Don't fall off the cliff of unbelief. And make sure that you know what you believe, why you believe it, but don't necessarily be a problem child in class. It's okay for the professor to know where you stand, but don't be a squeaky wheel. It's best for you to keep your head down and do a good job. And if they're teaching you evolution, just say, "This is what I believe. I will answer the question according to your what you guys believe." But just so they know that you know what they believe.
What if they attack? What if they attack you in class?
Oh yeah, if you get attacked, it says a harsh word stirs up anger, but a soft word turns away wrath. So be gracious, be firm. Don't be shrill or look like a cornered cat. Just say, just be gracious and kind, and let them look like the shrill spittle-flecked one. Don't you get spittle-flecked back?
No.
Yeah. Be winsome. Be winsome. Rachel from California, thank you for 1,000.
Thank you, Rachel.
Hey, we're good. Let's see if we can get four more 1,000 in 18 minutes.
So we've got another question.
Cool.
And we'll probably have a couple more questions.
Yeah, they could probably pop up a couple on the screen
if they
here
have
too.
some
in
the live stream. Feel free, team.
Great.
Let's see. What extinct animal would you like to go back and study?
Ooh, that's a really good
Well, when I was a kid, I really got into dinosaurs.
Yeah.
A lot of kids do.
Yeah.
And I would say, I'd say that the pterodactyls.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah.
like the triceratops
Yeah.
because it's really cool looking, but the pterodactyls would be something that I would love to study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the giant dragonflies?
Yeah, that's not a dinosaur, but yeah, the extinct
yes.
dragonfly. Yeah,
extinct.
I would.
How
as
big is
an
that, do you
entomo-
think?
Well, it's about a 27-inch wingspan. I don't know if they've found bigger
huge.
ones, but you're talking about almost
my word.
27-inch wingspan for a dragonfly.
Dude, that thing goes whizzing by your head.
Yeah,
That's huge. That's a bird.
actually, I wrote. Speaking of that extinct dragonfly, Meganeuromonii, I think that's.
Tongue twister.
I wrote a short story back when I was young about entomologists that go into an extinct volcano,
Cool.
and that dragonfly is still around, kind of the
Nice.
Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
genre, and find out that these dragonflies they hunt like little birds, but they hunt in packs. So they'll take down large vertebrates. So this is a short story, and these two entomologists become the two.
That's amazing.
Two hunted. They're hunted by packs
Yeah.
of dragonflies.
That's so cool.
Anything
So-
in nature where
Copyrighted.
anything in nature
Yeah.
where an invertebrate eats a vertebrate. That's
That's always
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
And these entomologists are running for their lives.
Yeah, yeah.
That's super
Okay.
fun.
So
I know we're. Oh, sorry.
well, let's pop up a question on here. I'm sure there's one from
Yeah.
the,
What do you guys got?
yeah. I think we could do
Also, angel.com/riot. Go there.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got a question.
Oh,
I was
let's
wondering
see.
if
tips of someone who's having to study evolution. I'm taking a college course to become a certified herpetologist.
yeah.
Woo!
All right.
Yeah.
I am having hard trying to put everything I learn into a Christian perspective. Woo!
Yeah.
Well,
Go Herpers.
go Herpers, but make sure you're plugged in the college level. You want to make sure that you're plugged into a creation biology society. There is a creation biology society. There's a few books out there, but they're mostly general books, but it gives you more of a general view of how to interpret the geology and the biology and the paleontology from a Christian creationist perspective. Just offhand, there's a lot of good intelligent design books, but I would really recommend a book called The New Creationism by Paul Garner, and that'll give you a broad brush understanding of a young earth creationist if you're slogging through a secular university.
Yeah. Way to go. Way to
Way
go.
to go. We need
Yeah.
more. We need
Go
more
Maya.
Christians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Antoinette from Michigan invested 100. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Paul from Washington, 650. Wow. And let's see, we got a couple more coming in. We're getting closer here. Steven from Missouri, 350. Thank you, Steven. And Carson from Washington, right next door to us, invested $1,000.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
This is just how we get stuff like this done, and you guys are just an integral
And we will
piece to
do
that
the best
puzzle.
that we can.
Yeah, yeah. So we're inching closer. I think we're going to get towards that
Invest now.
5K
Go to that
in,
link.
5K in 20 minutes. We're getting there.
Go to this.
I need an update
this-
from our team here.
This link right
but
here. Go to
yeah,
it.
angel.com/riot. Watch the pilot. Watch the teaser. Just get some more info. Look at the tiers of investments. See what you can do. There's even a tier you can come out and go on an expedition with Gordon himself.
That's the
And that's-
$15,000.
That's gonna be a blast. Okay, here's
So I
another
think-
question.
Oh yeah, we'll take one more question, and then we'll get Daniel Harmon on for
Great.
our
Yeah.
interview. I think. Let me
Cool.
go check, make sure he's on.
Okay, what's the question?
Well, are all invasive species bad? Well, if you say if it's a species that's introduced to a habitat that's not its normal habitat, and it's not wreaking havoc, then it's not really invasive. Invasive, by definition, is bad because it's displacing all sorts of other species that are already there and kind of crowding them out, like the lionfish on the eastern seaboard. So just that word invasive, it doesn't, misplaced species, like if the box turtle ever wound up in Idaho, I don't think it'll be invasive, but the cane toad in Australia, definitely invasive.
Yeah.
So yeah, that word invasive just kind of sort of by definition is bad. What do you think of the Chinese water deer? You got me there.
Chinese water deer.
I don't know what's going on with that. So you probably
we'll probably have
that.
to.
There we go.
Well, we could do another quick episode on that.
Is that an invasive species somewhere?
Yeah, it could be.
Is that
Chinese water deer.
linked to that question?
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll address that. So that's a great plug.
I should know about it, but
follow us on Instagram or Facebook and I think we'll jump in and maybe on a live stream, later, or we can answer that. Just take a closer look at that. So thank you guys so much. We've hit $3,000 in almost 8 minutes. Wow. So thank you guys. This has been amazing.
You've got to run.
I've got to run pretty quick.
I think
so. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Dr. G. Everyone at home, let's give
Thank you for your questions.
Okay,
keep the questions coming. We'll try to answer them later and in future live streams. So don't always ask questions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
So what we're gonna do is show the Riot and the Dance trailer, and then we're gonna talk to Daniel. So let's roll the trailer.
Hey there, I'm Dallas Jenkins. I'm the creator of The Chosen, and I just wanted to share a couple quick words with you about this new documentary series that I love called The Riot and the Dance. It's hosted by this guy named Dr. Gordon Wilson. And what I love about him is that he is a brilliant scientist who also believes that God created the heavens and the earth. Now, what I love about this series is both what it isn't and what it is. So what it isn't is some sort of conspiracy theory or an us versus them thing or a sermon series, but what it is twofold. Number one, it's a look what God did. Like, check out what God did. Let's learn about it. Let's engage with it. Let's teach our kids to love it more and to nurture it more. But then also, it becomes a celebration. It's like a worship experience. I feel like I love God more and want to worship Him more because of all the amazing things that this documentary series is showing me. One of the key phrases of The Chosen is get used to different, and that definitely applies to this show, which is another reason why I like it so much. It's both scientific and fun and interesting, which is a hard combination. And while it definitely celebrates God's creation, it also digs into the science behind it and shows that how the two actually mix together quite well. There has to be room in this world for more stories and shows like this where God is present. So please check this out, and you can thank me later.
All right,
Hello.
Daniel. How are you doing?
Hey.
Thanks for coming
Good.
on.
How are you guys? Oh, thanks for having me. I'm going to wave with the other hand so I don't catch the light.
Yeah, it's hard to know which hand, but I'm like, oh no, there it is.
So you have two big fans here of both Tuttle Twins and your work at Harmon Brothers Agency.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
So
Appreciate
it's
that,
super cool to talk to you.
Yeah.
So
very cool.
what's it like knowing mainstream media hates what you're doing?
Well, how's that for an opening question?
Yeah.
Right out of the gates.
Yeah.
I don't mind it because I'm not making this for them. I'm making this for parents like me. At the end of the day, I'm a father of 7. I grew up in a state that loves freedom, and I grew up in Idaho, where you can't get much freer country than that. And so I experienced it firsthand working on a farm and stuff. And I had an uncle that also taught me a great appreciation for freedom. And so I've just been looking for something to pass the principles and values I hold dear on to my kids and educate them in an effective and meaningful way. And then when Connor Boyack, the author of the Tuttle Twins book series, published his first copy, I immediately bought it. And so I snatched it up, read it to my kids. We really enjoyed it. And I was a fan of his work ever since. And, he's published copy after copy. We bought them all. We've read them. And then when it came time, there was enough success behind the book series that he wanted to turn it into a TV series. That's when my team and I reached out and said, no, we want to turn this into a TV series. And so, I'm just making it for parents like me that want to be able to pass these values down, want to be able to educate their kids, and I'm not making it for the accolades and the mainstream media and that type of thing. Although we think we're doing it in a way that maybe it'll please more of them than we might surprise some with that. But even if we don't, I'm just fine with that. Just trying to make the world a better, more free place.
Yeah, that is very cool. I think that's the right answer. And then how does crowdfunding kind of come into that, or kind of crowd investing with both of our projects? I'd love to hear your take on that. And you're doing it for parents like you, and then how cool is it that they can also invest and make that happen?
Yeah, it's the difference between a series like mine and like yours existing and not. And specifically, the traditional model is to have a few Hollywood executives that are making a call on something like this, of like whatever anybody else wants to see, or making their best guess of what they think the public wants to see. And sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. And in this case, I don't think there's anyone in Hollywood right now, or particularly people in positions of power that make those calls, that are thinking to themselves, man, we really need some more shows out there to teach kids about freedom and capitalism and free markets and entrepreneurship and free speech and all these kinds of things. I don't think that's forefront in their minds. They're just living in a different world, a different bubble. And but that is at the top of my mind, and obviously it's at the top of a lot of people's minds, because we were able to raise millions of dollars with over 9,000 people investing. And so the market is very much showing that there's a demand for this. Even in the case of the books have now sold over 3 million copies. Just tremendous demand for it. And so that's the beauty of this crowdfunding model, is there's no longer a barrier between a studio between the content you want and to exist and the content that's actually being put out there. Instead, you can actually participate that, help make that happen, and succeed when the project succeeds. So it's kind of one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah. I think that, with Riot and the Dance, just starting off with this model with Angel Studios, it's been really fun to see. And I think that, just as a reminder, everyone, angel.com/riot. I have to hammer it during the live stream. And also, just as a quick, we got some new investors. Matthew from New Jersey invested $100. Thank you. Jeremy from Utah invested $350. We're at 4,000 in the last 17 minutes. So We're
That's
almost
awesome.
at our
Yeah.
5,000 goal.
Yeah.
So
yeah. No, it's super cool. We, to talk about an underserved audience, it's not that, these minority of kind of gatekeepers, kind of keeping all this content back from, actually, what we're finding is a majority of people. I think it's like 70% of nature documentary viewers are they believe in God and in creation and don't necessarily hold the views that David Attenborough does.
Yeah.
And so it's not necessarily that they just don't see a market for it. It's that they don't want to see it happen. And I think with conservative ideals, that's the case as well.
Yeah, and with just as a kind of a more specific note, with the Tuttle Twins, I was just watching through the pilot episode, and you guys are releasing episode 1 soon. Is that right?
Yeah, so we go live with episode 1 on October 12th. So a long journey now.
Well,
Rewind earlier this year, and we were kind of doing what you're doing now.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to see it because I was watching through the pilot, the animatic pilot episode, and I think my favorite part is just when they're the lemonade stand, and he's like 96 calories per serving. It's like he's like sugar. He's like 1,096 calories per serving.
That's awesome. No, that's actually a great segue into like what I wanted to talk with you about is humor and how you guys have kind of taken that, and with the Harmon Brothers agency and with everything you're doing, humor is such a huge part of that. Can you talk a little bit about kind of how that integrates with everything you're doing?
You bet. So humor is a really good two-edged sword that it can kind of disarm people and help them bring down their defenses a little bit if you're trying to communicate a new idea to them. And obviously in the campaign that we did, making that video for this campaign that I would imagine a lot of people watching right now have seen, we used a lot of humor to kind of disarm people and just get them loosened up and feeling comfortable with this idea, like the idea of putting the hands over the ears of the camel and being like, you're talking about God? That's scandalous, those kinds of things. I feel like they add a lot of rhythm to content too, right? When we start seeing too many patterns or things like that in the media that we're watching, it gets too predictable. And humor is a really nice way to change it up and kind of keep it fresh and lively. And I've really appreciated that even in the first episode on water, that it's adding in a little bit of that playfulness and that humor to it. And I thought that was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we agree. I think it's that's what we love so much about Tuttle Twins and what you guys do, is that it keeps it from getting shrill. And, we're trying to talk about these heavy topics without being shrill, in a way that I think a lot of conservative media and a way, a lot of, traditional Christian, biology and nature content starts to get pretty dry and shrill. And that's just not how we see the world. That's not how we see that God has made the world through his creation. And I think that is a really awesome key point to what we're trying to do.
Yeah. And I also, just in terms of, the stuff that we've come up against with, just on the road, filming our documentaries, just running into people just silencing us, like we've in previous live streams we've talked about, we're talking about a javelina, which is basically a pig that lives in Arizona, but it's called a javelina, and during a shoot we have this lady just like, it's not a pig, while
interrupt the shot and stop us filming.
Completely interrupted the shot. And in the shot, my Gordon's just kind of like looking over, okay, what's happening back over there? Yeah. But it's like they will stop it. They'll just feel free to oh yeah, no, that's wrong. You can't do that.
Yeah, that's the beauty of this model. Have you guys had anything like that?
Gosh, I can't think of anything exactly like that.
It's an animated show, so it's not like.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
I'm sorry. I was going to say that what's coming to mind for me is when you were saying humor being part of things. I think, for my personal belief, I don't think I have a better sense of humor than God. I think God has a really good sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I don't think we have any scientists that are better scientists than God. God is
right.
understands all that stuff as the creator. And so anyway, I think God wants us to have fun and use humor as part of our storytelling and communication.
Yeah. Imitating him in that. Yeah.
And being willing to be made fun of, and like while you're in production, and we're excited to see Tuttle Twins, that what God has in store for you guys. And
so, should we show the pitch video that the Harmon Brothers agency did? I think we should show that right now.
Show that, and we appreciate you coming on, Daniel. Let's
I think we'll ask a question too.
We'll keep you on there, so stay with us.
Yeah,
that's good.
Awesome, thanks.
Most nature documentaries will tell you that all of creation was an accident.
I was an accident?
Yes, but a happy accident. But The Riot and the Dance is a nature documentary series that shows us that creation was intentionally and beautifully designed by a loving creator. Want to see more of the series? Click the link to watch the pilot now. The Riot and the Dance is the first high production value nature series that acknowledges God's hand in shaping our world.
The way you get to know God is to study everything that he wrote and made.
Did he just mention God? Scandalous. This isn't some TikTok millennials Kickstarter. The Riot and the Dance is working with Angel Studios, the only studio outside of Hollywood to distribute global hits like The Chosen, which has generated $70 million in revenue so far and accumulated over 240 million views. Hollywood really missed out. I guess they're too busy making reboots and sequels nobody asked for. With 76% of the US population believing in God, imagine how successful The Riot and the Dance could be. Other nature documentaries ignore or deny God's hand in creation, saying it all comes from randomness, like when I shake these gears and parts together to make a watch. Come on, Rolex! When you're investing through angel funding, you're becoming a part owner in the show. And you'll be eligible to receive profits. You'll be like the Jeff Bezos of nature. But you'll actually care about the Amazon. The Riot and the Dance celebrates the joy and possibility of mankind and nature living in harmony, inspiring us to be better stewards of what we've been given.
Dad, why do I feel so warm inside?
It's called happiness, honey. Happiness. Listen to what these human beings said about The Riot and the Dance.
One of the best documentaries I've ever seen, hands down. The narrator invites us to marvel at God's creation in all its splendor, gravity, and humor.
I just watched this with my family and found it so refreshing. I hope he continues to produce more documentaries like this one in the future.
Funny you mention that. We can create so much more with your help. Yes, we can. The Riot and the Dance encourages and teaches us to connect with nature. You'll learn more about God's personality through his creations, like the noble bison, the majestic lion, and the amphimia. Am I saying that right? Amphima? So if you want to be a part owner in a nature series that celebrates God's creation, click the link to invest in The Riot and the Dance today. As with any investment, we recommend only investing as much as you're willing to lose. We're aiming to raise $5 million for The Riot and the Dance. This will fund bringing Season 1 to life, growing the Riot and the Dance audience, and sending our team around the globe to continue capturing the beauty of our loving creator. The Riot and the Dance team knows how to make a successful TV series. The creator of the series, N.D. Wilson, also created Hello Ninja.
That's me.
That scared the crap out of me. The creator of the series, N.D. Wilson, also created Hello Ninja, one of Netflix's biggest hits for kids. And he's adventured on camera for Nat Geo TV. Plus, he's fluent in monkey. Ooh. Astounding. Sitting down to a nature documentary used to mean feeling guilty about your existence, but not anymore. Invest in The Riot and the Dance today and bring God and humans back into nature. You want to see more of the series? Click the link and watch the pilot now.
All right, I love that. So thanks for coming on. Right now, I want to just give people an update on where we're at with the funding. We are at 968,000, super close to $1 million. That $1 million is our baseline mark, and if we get there, we can keep making these. What I wanted to ask you is, you mentioned you had 7 kids. Have they had a chance to see Riot yet?
They haven't. No, I need to show it to them. It's so good. It'll be great. I'm sure they'll love it.
Sweet. Yeah, I was gonna ask about the age range, but I think kind of the age range of kids that like Riot. I think it's definitely kind of the younger kids. Like I have a little that's 3, almost 4, and he likes to watch like 15, 20-minute sections. But that's been a big question for us from our audience.
Yeah, I mean, with your family,
they love the trailer.
Raising your kids. Oh,
yeah, nice.
Yeah, so with your kids, are you guys nature documentary buffs, or are you guys show? I don't know. I grew up on Attenborough and BBC.
Yeah,
but
I wouldn't say buffs, but for sure it's something that we've turned on from time to time, and it's something I've appreciated. But nothing has ever fulfilled the need for watching nature in the way that this has for me. Like to see the acknowledgement of God as the creator in it, and to see the symbolism in so much of what he created and the way that ties into like my personal beliefs as a Christian, all those things coming together. It's just really fulfilling a need that's been around for a long time. And so I'm really appreciative to you guys for what you're doing.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, we're excited for your projects, and also I have to mention it. I just have to, because
big fan over here.
Big fan. Well, because the purple. I remember when the purple mattress video started coming out, and I was just it was like a 4-minute video, and I'm just like, for the entire. I could. It was the egg. It was the egg drop test, and the actress that does that.
Yeah,
she's
great.
Super funny. And anyway, those ads were awesome, and I need to get a purple mattress. I'm sure. Do you have a purple mattress?
Yes, I've got the same purple that I got when we were creating the campaign. I've been using it ever since, and whenever I travel, I miss my bed because it's a really much more comfortable night's sleep. So that is the hardest thing of traveling. Even when it's a nice bed, it's like, it's not a purple.
That's so well. I mean, like if you could, the next thing they just design a bed that you can bring with you on the road.
Right.
A purple mattress, like a portable purple.
We would benefit
portable
from that
purple
in the fields of Africa.
Yes. You just press a button on it and it inflates, and it's perfect.
So, okay, go to angel.com/riot, and you can look at a purple mattress.
Yeah,
you can Google that as well.
Yeah. And you designed their entire brand, the purple brand. Is that right?
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I designed it was me and another coworker designed the purple logo that they still use to this day, and we did the original.
That's great.
Branding and launch of it and everything, and they've done a lot of things with it since then. But yes,
right,
that's cool. Creative powerhouse.
I mean, yeah, you guys, the Harmon team. I mean, you guys have is it 6 of you? Six of you brothers?
Yeah, six brothers, 3 sisters. And there's, I guess it's 4 of us that are working on like the Harmon Brothers ad agency business. It's good.
Well, you guys are just inspirations and just fantastic creators, and we really respect the work you guys have done. And we really appreciate you coming on, Daniel.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I feel like we're siblings now.
Yeah, for sure. No, thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be partnered with you guys on this, and super excited for the success so far, and to see you pass the goal and hopefully go above and beyond.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you so much, Daniel. Yeah. And we'll
have a good one.
Have a good one.
We'll see you guys.
Awesome.
That was really fun.
Love Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel's fantastic.
You're just starstruck over here.
Man, I need a purple mattress. Also, I need more cameras and just all the things.
All right. So what are we gonna do? We've got some like 15 minutes. We've had actually an amazing success in terms of. I think the last thing I heard was we've made 4K in the last 17 minutes.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Again, we could not do this without you. One thing that somebody mentioned in one of the other live streams we've done is just that this doesn't only fund it for you. This is not something that is like a crowdfund where you pay us and we give you a t-shirt or we give you a DVD and that's pretty much it. What happens with this crowdfunding and this crowd investment is that you not only make it happen for you and your family, you make it happen for everybody else.
Yeah.
And you get to be a part of our project, which is bringing that to life, bringing that to homes all over the world. So thank you guys for your investments.
And
it's been really eye-opening and awesome to see people from all over investing.
I think we're up to, let's see here. We've got another investment. Derek from California invested $200. Thank you so much, Derek. Pulling us closer.
I think we're getting close to it's past that 20-minute mark, but I think we may have hit it.
We're close. I think we do want to show some behind the scenes, and actually the behind the scenes of this. We weren't there, but we were given
behind the scenes of the
pitch video. And we have a video to show everyone, which is really fun, and I really hope that you guys like it, because we're going to show it right now. So,
hey everybody, I'm ND Wilson, creator of the Riot and the Dance series. I'm here on set today with the Harmon brothers, shooting a promo video for this series to launch our campaign to invite you all to invest with us in making this series a reality. There's some snakes in there, a big lizard with a powerful bite. I've got to go mess around with them a little bit, make sure they're feisty enough for the talent.
Probably watched it.
Because I got a little tongue tickle on the chin. Did I smell good?
And action. The creator of the series, ND Wilson, also created Hello Neighbor. That's me. It got so freaked out.
We've been talking to Neil and Jeff for a long time. They came up to Idaho to visit us over a year ago.
Talk us into this Angel Studios approach.
Talk us into this whole model, this vision with Angel Studios we're very excited about.
It's pretty exciting. More than that, it's like when I first heard the concept, you always get this kind of idea of anything that's Christian media, it always tends to be a step below production of anything else you see. But everything I've seen from these guys has been on par with any nature documentary I've seen.
Riot and the Dance lent itself very well to the writing room because there's not really another nature documentary series like it.
Hey, how do you know my name? Wow. Wild nature documentary in its natural habitat. Let's give it a listen.
So far, I've been bit by 3 snakes and I've had to drop kick 1 lizard. All not true, but you don't know that because you're not here.
It's really cool to see them at that level of production, bringing God and creation into a nature documentary. I think it's going to be a fantastic marriage.
I'm excited for you all to watch. I'm excited for you all to partner with us in making the Riot and the Dance a reality. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5 years? Oh, well, I'm raking in all that Riot and the Dance money. That's where it's going to be, man.
Welcome back. We are very excited to be at the million mark.
We're not yet. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
Let's see if we can make that happen.
We're close.
Yep.
But just a reminder, angel.com/riot. Go there and check it out. Get some.
So what I wanted to do really quick was maybe read off the tiers.
Oh yeah, that would be a good
idea. That you can get. So
James is about to. He's got perk. We have perks, and James is going to.
Yeah. It's investing, but you also, similar to crowdfunding, you get access to some pretty sweet perks.
Yeah.
If you do want to jump in and help us, you can kind of do anything from getting your name in the credits to coming onto set, onto a trip with us. So the first tier is you get your name added to the official backer list. That is an awesome. Yeah, we've had so many people on that tier. The next tier is your name in season 1 credits, which will be very cool. Big thank you to everybody that's hit that tier.
Yeah, watch your name scroll by.
Yeah. And the next tier is early access to season 1 episodes. So you get to see season 1 as the episodes drop before anybody else. And I think that one's pretty sweet. The next tier after that is exclusive behind the scenes video call with Dr. G. So
that sounds great.
Yeah,
yeah.
Dr. G,
that's a good point.
So I've been taught in high school and in college by Dr. G, and he is a wonder, especially one-on-one kind of nerding out. I think that tier is going to be really great for people.
Oh.
Adele from Washington, $3.50. Thank you. What tier is she going to get? She's going to get her name in season 1 credits.
Season 1
That's going to be awesome. Thank you, Adele.
Thanks, Adele.
That's great. The next tier after that, after the video call behind the scenes, that'll be awesome. The next tier after that is VIP guests at an episode premiere party.
Yeah.
And that will be very, very fun.
Yeah, because we're really fun. We're really fun people.
We're fun.
You'll come. I mean, travel and lodging not included, but I mean, just being with us is just a joy.
So personally, I just registered what you're saying. I mean, meeting you would get to meet Dr. G. You get to meet Nate, which I think is worth the price of that tier.
Yes.
So, and then the last tier is you get to join us on a live expedition with Dr. Gordon Wilson and the Riot and the Dance team. So you get to meet us.
Yeah, I mean,
You get to come on a trip with us.
$10,000 investment.
No, 15
to
for
meet
that
me.
15. 15 for that one, and we've had a couple people do that, so I'm really looking forward to those of you guys that have done that, and
it'll be a blast.
And meeting you guys and coming out on a trip is going to be really, really fun.
And also, I know we'll be accepting a little Q&A here.
Yeah.
So
Drop
if you guys have
questions
questions, please drop them in, and we'd be happy to answer them.
Anything specifically crew related? I know we're not Nate.
Yeah.
We're not Gordon. We have a lot of expertise in doing what we've done.
Yeah.
We're also experts in being goofballs. So if you have any questions on that front,
send them in. Send those questions
in.
We could just sit here for 5 minutes and just wait really quietly.
So we are at 968,000.
Yeah.
We have to get to 1 million to make this.
Did you refresh that
to make this thing work? I just refreshed it.
Sweet. Okay.
And we are so close. There's 6 days left.
6 days.
And I think the urgency is really starting to pick up. But really, 1,500 people is amazing.
Yeah. Because last night we were at 1497, and so far, just today, we've gotten another 80 or so investors.
Yeah,
which is pretty incredible.
So, are there any questions to pop up? I think there we go.
From
see
Gina,
the show once it's funded.
When and where can we expect to see the show once it is funded?
Good question. So that's going to go to a mobile app, just like The Chosen, and you'll be able to watch it there, stream it there, cast to your TV, and watch it on your TV as well.
Yeah.
There may be a TV app involved. I'm not sure. But from there, part of the distribution model will be getting it on, hopefully license it to other streamers. We've had people ask about PureFlix and Peacock and Netflix. That's part of the strategy is to see about those options.
Because part of it is we're doing this crowdfunding because it works this way, because we're not if we went through Hollywood or some other means, they're not going to be interested in making this kind of thing.
The cool part,
they're interested in having it on their platform, but not making it because they don't want to have their name.
So I think this is what's going to happen. This pertains to the next question: is will there be any kind of pay it forward while the show is running? I think so. I think there's going to be. It'll be free to watch for people. So your investment not only makes it happen for you.
For this one, we
hope that there'll be a pay it forward.
Yeah. So we've been told that we need to say we hope there will be a pay it forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No. What made you decide to make the films? Well, good question. I think that is one that Nate answers very, very well.
Yeah.
And he'll be on the next live stream.
And he said
to answer that. He's talked about it all the way through. But what we wanted to do is basically take over a secular something that the people that hate God have held dear to them and have been the gatekeepers of for a very, very long time. Olivia, thank you. From New York.
Ovadia.
I just read that really fast.
Ovadia from New York.
Thank you.
Thanks for your 500 investment. Very thankful.
So we have just personally, both of us growing up, and Nate, the creator of the series, have just grown up on God-hating nature documentaries that continually, over the course of the entire series, say that everything that you see, everything that's well, for us, created. Everything that you see is meaningless. It is nothing but time, chance, and matter acting on each other in random ways to get what you're seeing.
Yeah.
The amazing beauty of what you see, the lions, the elephants, the insects, just
even the creepy crawlies.
The utter glory of that is meaningless. Nobody made it. You have no one to thank. And here you go. And that's pretty much it. And that's why we made it. Is we do not believe that. We want to combat that. We want to give families a positive viewing experience.
We just passed 5,000.
Awesome. Great.
For this live.
So that wasn't 20 minutes, but we're close.
It's Mary.
Okay, which one of you gets scared the most frequently by the animals? Oh, that's a good question.
I feel like, let's see.
I'm going to let you answer that because I know the answer.
Let's see, which one gets scared the most frequently by the animals? Well, I think that...
I know the answer.
Well, if you know the answer, because I don't know.
No, the answer is me.
You?
So yeah, dude, I've never seen. So this is something like you have this insane. I think you don't have that part of your brain where you are like scared to grab stuff.
Well, it's been beaten out of me.
Yeah,
we have. Yeah. I know not to grab a rattlesnake. Okay,
sure. Yeah,
I know to be careful. With
but for example, in the Florida Everglades, we hear some baby alligators squeak, and when baby alligators are squeaking, the mom is close, or at least going to be
for their mom.
So. Something where I would be a little bit more hesitant. Dane is rolling up his pant legs and getting in to get the shot.
That story.
Dane will do anything to get the shot, and that is why he's doing what he's doing, and that's why you have the job that you do. I would say I'm just slightly more skittish, but overall, I think you and I are very well tooled for this job and the risks involved.
Yeah.
What projects have you worked on before this? Have you always done nature-related projects?
Ooh. Well, I mean, we started off doing some short films, and when I started videography, it was very much I'm going to practice filming this object, like a sunflower, put it together to music, and then so I just practiced, and and then we slowly ramped up from short films to doing a feature film that's on Netflix called The River Thief, and then nature docs. And
so then the Riot and the Dance was the first real true nature project
we've got some
that we've
done. Gene from North Carolina invested $350.
Thank you, Gene.
And Justine from Pennsylvania invested $200. Thank you so much. Jonathan from Michigan invested $500.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate that. Check out the tiers on the site to see.
There's some tabs on the site.
Those people are going to be getting their name in season 1 credits. But to go back to the question, this has been the first nature project that we've worked on, and it's been trial by fire. We've had to figure it out along the way. It's not the first project we've done. So we
were well weathered beforehand.
Yes, but really, when you're talking, it's a different story when you are hiking through 110 degree weather with your cameras on your back, sweating, or 90 feet underwater, trying to film an octopus or whatever while you're trying not to also die from lack of air or something.
Or you keep track. You have to keep track of your air.
Yeah, Daniel from Utah, thank you, 1,000. That is awesome. He's going to get early access. And of course his name in the credits and everything.
And Daniel, thank you so much.
Thank you, Daniel. Super cool. So we've it's been trial by fire. We're kind of a veteran crew right now.
But we won.
But
we've
conquered.
We are veteran filmmakers of the nature, of the nature variety.
Okay. Any other questions? Do we have any? Oh yeah. Since you've reached your 5K for this live screen, are you going to do a dance? Mariah's
asking.
My
goodness, promising.
I don't know. We didn't call it. You have to call your shots.
Here's the deal.
Rule.
If we get 1,000 in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, what are we at? 1,000 in the next 5 minutes?
Okay, we'll do 1,000 in the next 5 minutes. I will do a monkey dance because we promised a monkey dance yesterday.
Yeah,
but
not
we didn't
today.
Make our goal.
Yeah, so not today. So let's do
1,000. Okay,
so we're at 971,000. Let's get to 972,000.
This is a low bar.
That's a very low bar for a monkey
But
dance.
I will do it.
We'll do it. Do we have any more questions?
Yeah, let's see. What do we got?
Let's just
awkwardly
gloss over that.
Gloss over that
question. What are some other like?
Let's
okay.
see.
Oh, what do you do
here.
about selecting the songs? Oh yeah,
Let's
soundtrack.
see. Yeah, the soundtrack. I mean, so the first one I love the soundtrack for the first one, Riot and the Dance Earth, as you can see back here.
Yep.
And with water, you just the creatures are very, very different, and they're a lot weirder than just the look of like a wolf eel is just a weird looking creature. So
it's a lot of characters on there.
The music had to be very, very. It had to fit, and so the weird factor, like the wolf eels and the eels, like the moray eels, I kind of was like, okay, this feels like it needs to have like an electric kind of energy to it.
Yep.
And so with that scene, and then with the manatee scene, it was like, well, this seems a little romantic, so let's so
kind of behind the curtain, we fail a lot in the editing room. So one of the tactics is to just throw spaghetti at the wall. That's maybe a little blunt, but that's how it happens a lot of the time. Is we want to feel this scene out. So let's try something extreme on this side. Let's try something extreme over here. Let's go romantic. Let's go epic. Let's try to feel it out. And a lot of the editing process is kind of trial and error, just trying scenes and getting the feel.
Because you have a baseline of like, okay, this feels like it needs to be funny.
Yeah, and then you also have the overarching kind of arc of the narrative of the whole film that you want to fit those pieces into. So, if we just got off the water bug scene, what do we do after that? It's like after something that intense, we got to lighten it up. We got to switch it up. If you just got off the goofy manatee scene, what do you do there? What's the next thing? So you're both focusing on like kind of a granular, kind of zeroed in scene, but you also need to keep track of the whole narrative of the film. And that, with the episode, with kind of the episodic approach we're going to be switching to, that will just be in microcosm throughout the episodes. So $1,000 and you get to see Dane dance. That's super low bar.
Super low bar.
That's the price of your dignity, I think.
$1,000. For just a few seconds of my dignity, it'll be.
So I think we will. Yeah,
we'll definitely try it
before we wrap. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just quickly talk about, I think, Kirk Cameron and his support. We've been really blessed to have support from Dallas Jenkins of The Chosen, from Daniel Harmon from the Harmon Brothers, and from Tuttle Twins. Who else? Ben Greenfield. We've had Doug TenApel, but Kirk Cameron's really come out for us and really been a huge support.
He'll be on the live stream on Monday, I believe. You can double check that on our Facebook page.
Book your calendars. Monday is Kirk Cameron live stream with Nate. That's going to be supremely interesting.
Electric.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So let's just play Kirk's promo video, and then we'll close after that.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
So what is the riot and the dance? That's what life is about. So often it feels like a violent riot protest for freedom, for survival, and yet it's also a beautifully choreographed dance. All of nature is amazing. Nate Wilson, Angel Studios, bringing together an incredible nature program that is going to thrill you, inspire you, and get you so excited. Your family's going to love it. I love it. I can't wait for you to see it.
Dressed in chains, now she waits, looking back upon that day when the dawn first held its gaze upon she sees. By the morning moon, redeemed. Sons and daughters. It's been a long time coming, but she hopes and she hopes for.
Angel.com/riot.
Go to angel.com/riot to check out what we're doing. It is very exciting.
Heidi from Texas invested $350. Thank you, Heidi.
Thanks, Heidi.
That is awesome. And CL from Oklahoma
invested 100.
Invested 100.
You guys are $550 away from
Thank
making
you
me
so
dance.
much. Yeah,
we'll see.
It's getting close.
It's getting close.
Yeah.
So yeah, the
Yes.
I think that this series has been really, really fun to do because we've done, like, think about what we like as kids. We probably were like, oh yeah, it'd be fun to scuba dive one day.
Yeah.
But then
bucket
we're
list
like,
items.
bucket
for
list
sure.
items. We've just kind of like knocked off the list of
Mhm.
a partially created list in our minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
Africa, scuba diving with, or just swimming with sharks. I don't know if that was never on my bucket list, but I think it became like definitely a favorite.
Yeah.
Probably should have been a little more scared than I was in the water.
Well, we established that you are less scared.
That's true
than me.
But
so.
that is that's something that we can attribute to just bravery.
So just to recap on the Riot and the Dance project, we are the first faith-based nature docuseries that really has set out to convey that that we are part of God's plan, and we are not poisoning nature.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of the fundamental pieces of the BBC and what we're trying to combat is that man is poison, and that's just not what we want to do. Benjamin from Washington, thank you, $101.
Yeah, I like
going the
101.
extra
That's
mile
great.
to get
Love
Dane
it.
to do a dance. I would love that. We are so close.
We are so close.
And we've partnered with Angel Studios to help make that happen. So, if you're just coming on now or just learning about what we're doing, we have a ton of experience doing nature docs, but we want to kind of take our feature-length documentaries, turn them into docu-series format, and pipe it directly into your home and into your phone.
We want to bring as many as we can to you.
And do seasons of episodes and bring glory to God through that, and give families around the country a nature series that you don't have to continually talk about. Okay, that's a lie.
Yeah.
That's a lie. This is not meaningless.
Yeah.
No, God made that not a billion years of accidents.
Yeah.
And we just want to bless people. And thank you guys so much for making that happen. This has been a great stream.
Yeah.
We've made leaps and strides. Dane will not do a dance again.
Looks like you guys.
I think we need to lower the bar.
Lower the bar.
Next
for my
time.
monkey dance.
Next time. So thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
we are very close to that that $1 million minimum to actually make this happen. So we're about to close in on that, close the gap on that pretty soon. So thank you so much. Have a great night.
And we're
going to close
with the
Dallas
Jenkins video.
Yeah.
It looks like.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us. This is Dane and James signing out.
Have a good night.
Hey there, I'm Dallas Jenkins. I'm the creator of The Chosen, and I just wanted to share a couple quick words with you about this new documentary series that I love called The Riot and the Dance, Toasted by this guy named Dr. Gordon Wilson. And what I love about him is that he is a brilliant scientist who also believes that God created the heavens and the earth. Now, what I love about this series is both what it isn't and what it is. So what it isn't is some sort of conspiracy theory or an us versus them thing or a sermon series, but what it is twofold. Number one, it's a look what God did. Like, check out what God did. Let's learn about it. Let's engage with it. Let's teach our kids to love it more and to nurture it more. But then also, it becomes a celebration. It's like a worship experience. I feel like I love God more and want to worship Him more because of all the amazing things that this documentary series is showing me. One of the key phrases of The Chosen is get used to different, and that definitely applies to this show, which is another reason why I like it so much. It's both scientific and fun and interesting, which is a hard combination. And while it definitely celebrates God's creation, it also digs into the science behind it and shows that how the two actually mix together quite well. There has to be room in this world for more stories and shows like this where God is present. So please check this out, and you can thank me later.
It's been a long time coming, but she hopes and she hopes for.